Greg, I know that you're an award-winning author and filmmaker, along with a speaker, and obviously you're the brain behind Secret Knock. I always like to find out from people that are at the top of their game, who's really impressing you right now and why?
It's all these new things coming out that I'm not 100%, you know, up to date on. But I'm
Mhm.
learning every single day, like NFT, non-fungible tokens, right? I'm like, going, what the heck is this? Selling digital assets. And then there's a big cloud. I'm going, this is the greatest little thing I've ever seen where finally people can get rewarded for putting out their content rather than giving it away for free. So I always think it's what's next. Look, in football, a quarterback never throws a ball where the wide receiver's standing. They throw it downfield and let him run to it. So for myself and my friends, we're always looking, chucking these Hail Marys down the field
Mhm.
to run underneath them because we know eventually we're going to, catch one of them for that, amazing home run or that touchdown. So that is what we are doing. And that's what I do each and every day.
I love that. And I love brands, and I know that we've talked about a few brands at the moment, or at least people behind those brands. But what's your favorite brand, would you say, Greg, and why is it your favorite?
I'm going to say Apple. And the reason is I had a chance to meet with Steve Wozniak, the guy who actually created the whole Apple empire from the very beginning. And more importantly, I realized that everything synced so easy. It's so human friendly, meaning that I can open up that phone and give it to a 5-year old and they would know how to use it right away instinctively without even knowing. And I find that pretty spectacular. And when you can sync your phone with your computer, with your iPad, and everything's talking together with my other employees and the people working with me. It's a modern world that is absolutely a phenomenon to be able to see this in my living time.
Yeah, I love Apple as well. And I think people either love it or hate it, but I definitely enjoy it for the same reason. How user friendly it is, the navigation and how they all talk. Yeah, I think it's definitely a massive plus.
Yeah, and back to Wozniak for those listening here. I'll give you one of my favorite interviews. I said,
Mm.
"How did you and Jobs have so much success?" And he says, "We embraced our lack." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, we embraced what we didn't have rather than run away from it." And I said, "Give me an example." He said, "Well, when microchip processors came out, they were so expensive we can only afford one chip." He goes, "Jobs sold his car. I sold my calculator. We pooled our money to buy one of them." But Hewlett Packard at the time and IBM would make machines that go from A to B with 20 chips because they had all the money of God. He said, "We pull away five and I'd get it to work with just 15. I'd pull away five, get it to work with 10. Eventually, I went from A to B using our one chip that we could afford." He goes, "We were not trying to be innovative or slick. We found the shortest, cleanest path. And by doing that, we changed the way people do personal computing for the rest of the world, for the rest of their life." He said, "Where could you be in your own chosen fields of endeavor if you stop looking at something as your greatest challenge and obstacle, but it could just be your greatest blessing and opportunity in disguise?"